Hello, welcome to Until My Batteries Expire. If you're new to this channel, I post videos about cosplay and professional wrestling. And as you can see from the thumbnail of this video, this topic is about wrestling. Specifically, the champions of World Underground Wrestling Philippines. This is the third video of what has become a series of videos about the current champions of Philippine professional wrestling. So with that, let's get right down to it. World Underground Wrestling is a network of wrestling promotions with chapters in different parts of the world, and they recognize one set of champions, the World Underground Wrestling champions. The Philippine chapter, as of today, has the is home to the World Underground Wrestling Tag Team Champions. The champions are Turn Zero Kill, aka St. John Martin and Ken Cifer. St. John Martin and Ken Cifer added a third man to their team by the name of Silent D. However, all of Turn Zero Kill's tag title defenses have been executed by St. John Martin and Ken Cifer. Silent D has yet to represent Turn Zero Kill in a tag title defense. It might happen this year. We'll have to wait and see. Turn Zero Kill won the World Underground Wrestling Tag titles on December 3, 2023 at the MWF event Noche Buena. They defeated the then defending champions Kikujiro Umizawa and Zera. The circumstances leading up to the match are a story in and of itself. In the end, Turn Zero Kill walked away with the gold. The Philippine chapter of World Underground Wrestling does not have any other titles. So, the Tag Team Championships are in effect the top titles of this chapter. And Turn Zero Kill have been very successful as the champs. They are the longest reigning World Underground Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Their reign as of today has totaled 420 days. They also have the longest active title reign for homegrown champions across all Philippine promotions. FPW, Puso Wrestling, World Underground Wrestling. In terms of historical comparison, Turn Zero Kill have the second longest tag title reign amongst the tag champions of all Philippine wrestling companies. The only other tag champs from the Philippines with a longer reign would be the team now known as the Gemini Kings, Main, Max, and Romeo. They were the final tag team champions of PWR with a reign that exceeded 1,000 days. Their reign only ended when the promotion, which was inactive for the majority of their reign, officially went out of business. The World Underground Wrestling Tag titles are considered an international championship. This makes Turn Zero Kill only the third Philippine tag team to win overseas championships. And they did this after Youngblood and Ang Bahay ng Liwanag. Both Youngblood and Ang Bahay ng Liwanag were AWGC Tag Team Champions, and they accomplished this feat in 2019, before the pandemic. All of Turn Zero Kill's tag matches since they became the champs have been title defenses. In fact, their first tag title defense was against the Gemini Kings, Main, Max, and Romeo. They defeated the longest reigning PWR Tag Team Champions, the final PWR Tag Team Champions. And as a result of that, they gave Main Max his only wrestling loss in 2024. Main Max, the guy who eventually became the main man, the champion of Puso Wrestling. If I recall correctly, Turn Zero Kill has had 4 title defenses in 2024. They probably could have had more title defenses, but the individual members of Turn Zero Kill also wrestle singles matches. They are a team that is determined to find success both in tag and singles. Both St. John Martin and Ken Cifer have found success in their solo careers. St. John Martin was one of the very few Philippine wrestlers to have competed abroad post-pandemic after travel restrictions were lifted. He competed in the Japan chapter of World Underground Wrestling in 2023. Meanwhile, Ken Cifer won the Chili Willy Invitational in 2023. This was a tournament sponsored by the then Manila Wrestling Federation. The tournament was named after former ECW wrestler Chili Willy, who is actually living here in the Philippines and has become a mentor to the local wrestling scene. Ken Cifer winning the Chili Willy tournament and then later on becoming World Underground Wrestling Tag Champ makes him one of only 4 homegrown wrestlers to have won a title or trophy from 2 Philippine wrestling promotions. Only one of 4. The others are Jake De Leon, Mike Madrigal, and Main Max. This is a very exclusive club, and if you notice the names, everyone there is a main champion of a Philippine promotion. Jake De Leon, Mike Madrigal, Main Max. World Underground Wrestling Philippines, their top championship are the tag titles. This makes St. John Martin and Ken Cifer the top champions by default for the Philippine chapter, and thus on the same level as Main Max, Jake De Leon, Mike Madrigal. So, what to expect from Turn Zero Kill for 2025? Well, for one thing, it seems like they're scheduled to defend their titles within the first couple of live events for this year. There's been no official announcement as to who they will defend against, but there are several contenders who can step up probably anytime to challenge Turn Zero Kill. For instance, Puso Wrestling has several factions, and any of these factions can have 2 representatives challenge St. John Martin and Ken Cifer and Silent D for the World Underground Wrestling Tag Team Championship. For instance, Aaron Liwanag, he narrowly lost the Puso Championship match against Main Max. He was so close to winning that. He could take that loss as a learning experience, bounce back, and he and one of his cohorts can challenge Turn Zero Kill for the titles. Another contender would be the Mr. C group of talents. Their leader, Mr. C, has publicly stated that his mission statement for this year would be to lead his team to championships. Likewise, Fabio McKissick and Hassel could be challengers. Fabio McKissick is a former MWF champion. He has a lot of big match experience under his belt. Nigel San Jose and Isaiah Valencia are another pair who could challenge for the titles. They formed Barangay Bagsakan. They used to be a much larger faction, and quite honestly, 2024 was not kind to them as a faction. However, they could bounce back in 2025 with a tag title victory. Puso Wrestling champion Main Max's old tag partner, Romeo, he teamed up with former MWF champion Robin Sane to challenge the Singapore Pro Wrestling Tag Champs, the Horrors, for their titles. Romeo and Robin Sane came up short that time, but I'm sure that match gave him a lot of valuable experience, and I would not be surprised if Romeo and Robin Sane teamed up again to challenge Turn Zero Kill for their World Underground Wrestling Championship. As for myself, if there's one team that should challenge Turn Zero Kill, it's a team which, as of now, competes in another company. It's Johan and Logan, the YOLO twins. They are 2-time PWR Tag Team Champions. and they're arguably aside from Turn Zero Kill, the YOLOs are arguably the best tag team the Philippines has to offer. The YOLO Twins have an almost spotless record in their home promotion, Filipino Pro Wrestling. However, FPW does not have a tag division. The company owner, Red Olero, has stated that he needs a few more teams to have a viable tag division before he can even think of instituting tag team championships. So, right now, the YOLOs have an almost spotless record. They're probably one of the biggest draws for FPW, and yet they have no tag team titles to show for it. I would not be surprised if the YOLOs have thought about it. I would not be surprised if they have even sent feelers out there asking around whoever if they can do business with Turn Zero Kill. Whether this matchup even happens, I don't know. This is just me as a fan speculating. Turn Zero Kill would have no shortage of challengers. As a fan, my main question is whether they would implement the Freebird rule for their title defenses, meaning that Silent D would replace Ken Cifer or St. John Martin in these matches, in these title defenses. In any case, Turn Zero Kill are shrewd and work very hard. I would not be surprised if year 2 of their title reign will be better than their first year as tag champs. And with that, thank you for your time.
Number one, again, I'm sorry I'm late. Napunta lang kay Razael eh. Hanggang ngayon nararamdaman ko pa rin yung concussion. So, nagdalawang isip akong pumunta sa match na to. Kaya lang, hindi ko kayang iwan ang World Underground Wrestling.